Hello everybody, my name is Ratnos and today I wanted to make a video about the Adamant Vaults. The Adamant Vaults are unlocked once you buy them from the Box of Many Things, which you can do this week after you do 2 Torghast runs to get enough tower knowledge to do so. And then the way it works is once you get a flawless run in Torghast, you will unlock the Adamant Vaults and you will be able to go up the stairs again instead of exiting Torghast. The Adamant Vaults is floor 6, a trash floor, and then floor 7, a boss floor. And it does have some pretty exciting rewards, potentially, but also a huge chance of pretty unexciting rewards. So one thing it can offer is unique cosmetics that cost 1,000 Phantasma from the broker right at the end. The big thing that it can offer is Conduits. Conduits we know for sure are available from Adamant Vaults. We don't know exactly how it works yet, but there's been a lot of reports that say different things about it. The one thing that seems pretty consistent is I haven't seen any reports of anybody who's gotten 2 conduits in the same week, and I've seen a lot of reports of people either getting nothing or getting a conduit from their first run of Adamant Vaults, and then not getting any more conduits from their later runs. But there are some reports of people getting their conduit from like a 4th run or something. So maybe you can only get it from your first run and those reports are mistaken or were bugged behavior. Or maybe you can just keep running Adamant Vaults as much as you want each week until you get your 1 conduit. On PTR, there were also sockets from Adamant Vaults. I haven't seen any reports of those dropping from this on live, but they might be there. They might be tied to the higher layers. It might be possible that there are higher chances for conduits at higher layers as well, so that might be a reason to do this on layer 10 if you can, rather than layer 9. You do need to do it on at least layer 9 for the Adamant Vaults to unlock. And besides that, there's really not too much special to it. You no longer care about your score once you're in Adamant Vaults. You do still want Phantasma because there's another broker before the last boss, so you can at least buy good powers, and you can potentially buy that cosmetic as well if you're interested there. But there's no more pressure on the time or completion, any of that stuff. Once you have earned access to your Adamant Vaults, that's all there is left to it, right? Is just to complete it. You do get some bonus tower knowledge, but presumably this week when you do your Adamant Vaults run, you'll already be capped on tower knowledge, so that won't help at all. There's these cool new axe traps that you can see me interact with there, and the boss is fairly beefy. There you can see, this was the boss I ran into. I don't know what other bosses there are, but you can see 1.12 million health. Not an insignificant amount of HP for one of these things to have, but at this point you have 6 floors worth of anima powers and 3 vendors worth, and so you can see, you know, you get to do some pretty big damage here. It's got a 99% damage reduction, which I didn't realize. I'm just pumping useless damage into it, but I got that thing to 50% very quickly on this pull here, and that is, I think probably any run that can do a 5-star clear and get access to the Adamant Vaults can probably deal with the last boss. Maybe there are some harder bosses than others, but this one didn't really do anything particularly scary, just those long phases where you can't actually do effective damage to it. If you're interested in some guide content for getting to those 200 points, by the way, I have a video from a couple days ago that shows a run that gets like 247 points without too many of the tower knowledge upgrades. Those tower knowledge upgrades, of course, will help as well. The big thing to know for maximizing your score, getting to 200, is go for 100 completion. Try and get some decent empowered bonus. Don't bait yourself too much into trying to save time, but obviously, you know, don't waste time that you can. And then you want to go for no epic anima powers. I think that the no duplicate anima powers is actually a bait. It's pretty hard to set that up, and you're often going to be missing out on some really good powers if you do that. So instead, I would say try and go for the 5 copies of a single armament bonus points. Do the quests if you run into one. Open every chest you find. Kill all the Ashen Phylacteries. Free all the lost souls. Fight the last boss with 500 Phantasma. All of those tips will help you. If you can do some set of that, you'll find a bunch of extra bonus points to be available from those. And then, of course, if you're really demolishing the place, you'll get a bunch of bonus points for just killing the boss under 20 seconds or under 40 seconds. Here you can see this is me looting the socket, or the conduit, rather. Conduit, not a socket. Conduit. discover an upgrade to your conduit. A tip for this, don't use your conduit upgrades now, probably. You should probably wait, because you might get good conduits from, you know, Raid, from Mythic Plus or whatever. And so if I use this now, maybe I'll just upgrade my adaptive armor fragment from 200 to 213. But A of all, I could just get a higher adaptive armor fragment drop from Raid clears over the next couple weeks, and then this will land on a more useful thing. And I also can use my Soul Twinning Crescents to at least get everything up to 226 before I use this. So I would say delay the gratification as long as you can, and use your Deathbound Shard probably when you are doing some content you care about. So whether that's Raid, M+, PvP, whatever time you get to a spot where you're like, man, I'm about to do some really hard stuff. I'm looking at my conduits, right? And like 3 of the ones I've got socketed are tied for my lowest level conduit, so they'd all be candidates to be hit by the Deathbound Shard. They're all 239 already. You know, let's send it. Let's hit him with the shard. That is my advice for how to play with that. And yeah, the advice for Adamant Vaults is go in there at least once this week, because a lot of people have reported those conduit drops from their first run of the week. And then if you want, you can keep farming it to try and get a conduit drop. If you didn't get one, I don't think there's a huge chance of being able to get 2, but it's possible. Our knowledge of this is pretty unclear. Whatever you do, if you discover something about how the conduit drops work, anything like that, if you have data points like that, put them in the comments. Tweet them at me. Tweet them at, at Wowhead. Tweet them at everywhere you can find. Let's try and figure out exactly how this works so that we can figure out what we need to do around the Adamant Vaults. Anyways, hope this video helped. Check out my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Ratnos. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.